This is Tanner Brennan, and I am bringing you breaking news from Ben Davis High School, where it seems to be, as a child, got struck by something, if I'm hearing that correctly. Let's go over to Tanner to find out what bleeding and shock is before we show you the video. Oh, thanks, Tanner. Tanner Brennan here. Let's go over a few things what bleeding and shock are first. So there's stage 1, which is up to about 15% of your blood loss. The blood pressure is very much maintained. There's a normal respiration rate, and the skin's a little paler, and you have a little bit of anxiety. So over here at stage 2 is about 15 to 30% of blood loss. The cardiac output cannot be maintained really by constriction. The patient is very tachycardic. There's an increased respiration rate, and the blood pressure is still maintained though. There's a little bit of an increase in the diastolic pressure, and the pulse pressure narrows just a little bit. So over here in stage 3 is about 30 to 40% of blood loss. The systolic blood pressure falls to 100 or less. There's classic signs of hypovolemic shock, and it's definitely tachycardic with over 120 beats per minute, and respirations are normally about over 30 beats per minute. And there is a decreased systolic pressure with this one. Over here in stage 4 is a loss greater than 40%. So anything greater than 40% is going to be a stage 4. They are extremely tachycardic with a weak pulse. There is a significant decrease in the systolic blood pressure is 700 or less. There is definitely a decreased level of consciousness, and the skin is sweaty, cool, and extremely pale. Oh, sorry about that. We now have a reporter at the scene, so let's go ahead and head over to the scene. Carly?
Hello? Carly!
You received a call?
Yes, and I got her chair and she fell down the back.
Why is she in a wheelchair?
She just had surgery.
Okay, will you hold her neck, please? Alright, sounds great. Sounds great.
Just because there was no external bleeding doesn't mean that there was internal bleeding. Internal bleeding is just as bad as external bleeding, so be aware.
This is a 2-liter Coke, and it's approximately how much blood a year-old has. Before shock occurs, a child can lose up to 500 milliliters, and this is 0.4 milliliters, so imagine 500 milliliters.